What is up, internet wrestling community? It's the UndeadJester here to break down the top 5 most likely wrestling announcements at this weekend's AEW Revolution pay-per-view. On the March 3rd, 2021 edition of AEW Dynamite, Paul Wight announced a Hall of Fame level signing at this Sunday's AEW Revolution. Fans immediately took to every corner of the internet with speculation over who the wrestler could be. This list compiles 5 of the most likely superstars to debut this Sunday at AEW Revolution. Coming in at number 5, Christian Cage. Christian recently returned to the ring as a competitor in a brief match against Randy Orton, followed by his appearance at the Royal Rumble. In his twilight years, Christian has been plagued with injuries, but if he has a clean bill of health, he could see his stars align if he returns at AEW Revolution. Christian has also felt the recent pain of being misused by WWE management as a Randy Orton punching bag, the same as Paul Wight. While I'm personally expecting someone with a little more star power, Christian fits the bill of a Hall of Fame worthy talent. With an Edge and Christian reunion more likely than a multi-year roster run, Christian lands at number 5. Number 4, CM Punk. Fans speculate that CM Punk will return at almost every single wrestling pay-per-view that's held, so it's no question with Paul Wight's announcement involving a Hall of Fame level competitor that CM Punk's name is coming out of every mouth. Punk straight up tweeted that the announcement isn't him, but more than that, Punk seems content with his life after wrestling, where he makes appearances on his own terms. I don't think CM Punk is a likely option, but the sheer number of fans speculating that Punk is the reveal bumps him up to number 4. Number 3, Bully Ray. Bully Ray's contract with Ring of Honor has been up for almost an entire year. Ray's in-your-face heel antics would put him right at home with Eddie Kingston, whether working together or as foils for one another. While Bully Ray is not the first name you think of when you hear Hall of Fame, he's actually already inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame as a member of the Dudley Boys. Bully recently also tweeted a video of his early years in the Dudley Boys, cutting a promo that cryptically included the word revolution. While this could just be Bully having fun with the internet wrestling community, it is enough to land him at number 3. Number 2, Brock Lesnar. Tony Khan has confirmed that a huge star in the world of wrestling will sign a multi-year deal with AEW on Sunday at AEW Revolution. There is no bigger free agent who fits this description than Brock Lesnar, whose contract with WWE quietly expired last year. If AEW worked out a deal that gave Brock some flexibility with his character and a loose schedule, it's possible that Lesnar could return to the ring at AEW Revolution. This would be a huge acquisition for Khan and AEW that would have mainstream appeal outside of the wrestling community. No doubt, plenty of eyes would be on Wednesday's post-Revolution Dynamite. This is enough to land Brock Lesnar at number 2. Now, before we get to number 1, there's one person who didn't quite make the list that the announcement could easily center around. Honorable mention, Paul Wight. Now, I know what you're thinking, there's no way, but think about it. He's been misused, broken, and beaten in WWE. He shows up in AEW in a supposed background role on the C Show for AEW. Wight calls himself a Hall of Fame level talent and intends to prove it by cashing in the start of a monster, give me respect heel run at Revolution. While this would most likely be disappointing to viewers in the short run, if this is done correctly, it could mirror Mark Henry's retirement promo he cut against John Cena. While this is the least likely scenario on the list, it's still worthy of an honorable mention. And time for number 1, Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam is truly one of a kind. With accolades all over the United States and the charisma to get over with any crowd, RVD is truly a Hall of Fame level talent. RVD's contract with Impact expired in September, and RVD had been tweeting about the talent he could bring to WWE when rumors about returning to an adult-themed WWE era were swirling earlier last year. While WWE seems content to continue the PG era, Rob Van Dam's talent could easily fit right in with AEW. RVD is undoubtedly gifted and doesn't need to work at the main event level to have an impact on the product. He could easily come in and have thrilling matches while putting over the younger talent, something that the rest of the list may not be willing to do, especially Brock Lesnar. RVD has worked in the mid-card for a lot of his career, but has always had main event level talent. As AEW already has a bloated world championship pool of wrestlers, RVD wouldn't need to jump into that pool to be an asset to AEW. This is why RVD frog splashes his way to number 1. Thank you for checking out my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you after Revolution for reactions, highlights, and to congratulate Rob Van Dam on his contract signing.